Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today's going to be a little bit of a different video because if you haven't noticed, I changed my hair color. So I'm going to basically go over the steps on how I went from dark to this bright blonde. But I first want to say that I'm sorry I haven't been around. It was my birthday and then I was doing this to my hair and it's just been a process. But I did pick a winner for my beauty giveaway and I posted it on Instagram and she was contacted. So I will have the winner somewhere on the screen. So congratulations and thank you to all who entered. I really appreciate your support. So another little disclaimer. First, I want to say I am in no means a hairstylist. I am not qualified in whatsoever way. I am just sharing my experience and what I did, and maybe you can take some tips in case you are doing this at home yourself like I did. I did it because it was the more or less expensive route, and for the most part I think it turned out really good. But I just wanted to let everybody know that I am not a hairstylist and I am not qualified. I'm just basically sharing my experience. So let's go ahead and it's like 100 degrees in here. I had to shut my window air conditioner off so you guys could hear. So it's really hot. So let's go ahead and get started. Along this video, I'm going to be posting pictures of what my hair looked like before and then, you know, during the process that I did, so you can basically see and have an understanding of what is going on. So I started out with red hair and I did not want to have the red anymore, even though it was gorgeous. It was just really hard to maintain. So I dyed it a dark brown, which it did take some of the red out, but not much. So then I decided to do a light brown, and as a lot of people know, and I should have known, color does not basically color, if that makes sense. So the only thing that it colored was my roots and left my rest of the hair just basically how it was. It was horrible. So I knew I wanted to go back to blonde. So this happened a little faster than I was thinking because I looked horrible with one color of my roots and then my hair a different color. So I went to Sally's Beauty Supply, and sometimes it's a hit or miss when I go there. Sometimes I'll get a worker who's very knowledgeable and sometimes I'll get a worker that is not so knowledgeable. When I went to Sally's the first time, I was recommended a color stripper. This is the one and only Color Fix. It doesn't really say a brand. I guess maybe one and only is the brand. She recommended that I do this. There's 3 steps, but not to do the 3rd step. I don't know if anybody's familiar with this. I've never done a color stripper on my hair before, so I wasn't exactly very knowledgeable about it. So she recommended I do this, just not to do the processing lotion part 3. She said it darkens your hair. That's just what she said. I'm not sure. And then she said when you are done, you can color your hair any color that you want. She said it does not take you back to your natural color, but it removes a lot of color. So then you can just go ahead and color whatever color you were thinking. So I wanted a ashy blonde, so I went ahead and bought a Ion Color Brilliance in, it was 8A, lightest, it was light ash blonde. And so I said okay, so I went home and I started looking up some information on this color stripper, and I started noticing that the people who were using it it was leaving their hair orange, and that's not exactly what I wanted, especially if I was going to color my hair. So I figured I would go the bleach route. So I'm going to be returning this because I did not use it, but I just wanted to let you know that this was the direction that she first recommended me. So I decided, I kind of have a knowledge of bleach because I've done it before. So I went back, and this time I got a very knowledgeable worker at Sally's, and she directed me into the right way. So I got bleach, and she recommended the 20 volume, but I went ahead and did, for my first time of bleaching, the 30. 40 is a little rough, and when I started out my hair was in pretty good shape, so I didn't want to really ruin it, even though bleaching and all this stuff that I did to my hair, it is dry. But I just figured I would start with the 30. So I did the 30, and I bleached my whole head one time, and this is how it came out. A lot of orange, some yellow, some golds, a lot of dark rusty orange color, which is totally normal, especially when you're going from a dark hair color to a light hair color. Your hair will pull orange, so that is totally normal. And a lot of people will just stop at this point and say, oh, it was a bleach fail, it's orange, and they'll try to tone it. But when your hair has that dust, like that dark orange color, it will not take the color, and it will not take the toner, it will just lighten it. So I did another bleaching, but the second time I did the 20 with the bleach, and this is just the Color Charm Wella powder lightener, and I recommend if you're bleaching your hair to get this. It's better for the value, and get these come in smaller bottles, but I don't recommend that because you will be going through a lot of this. So real quick, the bleach is 1 part bleach to 2 part developer. So it does come with like a little scooper, and that's how I measured it. And I recommend if you're doing anything with your hair to get a brush and a bowl, a mixing bowl. So anyway, so I bleached my hair a second time, but the second time I used the 20 volume developer, and I wasn't going to do my roots, but I noticed that my roots still had a lot of dark orange in them, so I did my whole head a second time, and this is how it turned out. So it's a lot lighter, it's not as much orange, you know, it's looking better, but still not the way that I obviously wanted it, but we're getting closer. So a tip I do have for bleaching your hair is taking coconut oil, which I don't have it with me, I wanted to show you. Taking coconut oil and putting it through your hair. It does not interfere with the bleach at all. So that's a tip I have when you're bleaching your hair, to put coconut oil in it. It provides, you know, a barrier to your hair, but protects it, but doesn't interfere with the bleach, and it really helps keep your hair strong and healthy during the bleaching process. So this was over say like a week period. I decided to bleach my hair a third time, and I always recommend if you're doing anything with your hair to have somebody helping you. So I did, which made it really easier, but this time I did not do my roots, and I did just certain sections of my hair because some sections were very lightened to the level that I wanted it, and other sections were not. So I basically just did certain like patches with the bleach, and it turned out really, really good. I think I have a picture. If I do, I'll post it now. So it left it with just a little bit of the orange tint. So from there I felt like I had the level of blonde and it was pretty overall even. So I went ahead and did a toner. Now the lady of Sally recommended either doing a hair color or a toner. So she said not both, but I'll get into that in a minute. So the next thing I did after the third bleaching was I decided to tone it. And if you're not familiar with these Wella Toners, they're amazing. Everybody talks about this one on YouTube. This is the T18. It used to be called like White Lady or something. It really makes your hair look a nice bright white color. So if you have longer hair than me, I suggest getting two because these do not go a long way. But when I bought this, I got a free small bottle of toner, which was pretty cool. A T18 toner with 20 developer, and it is 1 part of this to 2 parts of the developer. And I used the bottle for the mixing, so I knew I had exactly the right amount. So like I said, if you have longer hair than what I have, I suggest getting 2 toners because I barely had enough to do my whole head. So I did my whole head and I left it on for exactly what it said, 30 minutes. I kept checking it to make sure that it was lightening to the desire that I wanted. It turns purple, which is totally normal. So I went ahead and washed it out, and I was left with this. So as you can see, bleach blonde, white, almost a little too white, but if that's what you want, there you go. And that's how it turned out. So a few days later, I didn't exactly like how that was, the real white. I just felt like it, for me, it didn't quite look right. It was very gorgeous, so I probably shouldn't have done this, but I did. The color that I had originally said in the beginning, the 8A Light Ash Blonde from Ion, I decided to fully color my hair with 30 Developer. So I did do that, and this is how it turned out. So it's more of a it basically looks all the same color, I would say. I might do a toner. I did go back and get I went back and got 2 toners this time. I got the Wella T11, which is called Lightest Beige Blonde, and I went ahead and got another of the T18. So my understanding is the T11 pulls more of a beige and the T18 pulls more of a white because it's like a blue purple base is what my understanding is. So I was told T11 works great for orange tones, T18 works great for yellow tones. Mix them together and you'll get sort of like a white beigey blonde. So I might do that. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing yet. I might leave it like this. I might just tone it with the T18, or I might mix just a little of this with the T18. I'm not exactly sure on what I'm doing yet. But color correcting from dark hair going to blonde hair is a lot of work, but it can be done. Like I said, I did it. I do have some breakage. My hair is not as healthy as it was, but I went back to Sally's and got a bunch of hair masks, and they were having a sale. If you buy 2, you can get 1 free. got this intense strengthening treatment, and then I got this last called hair mask, and I've been putting coconut oil in my hair. And another thing that I've been doing every so often is I'll use a toning shampoo, and I use the famous shimmering lights, and I just put that in my hair and I leave it in for 2 to 3 minutes, and then I wash it out. I also heard that if you squeeze a lemon into your hair before you use the toning shampoo, it basically balances out the pH level in your hair and gets it ready to absorb the toning shampoo. I have not done that yet, but I heard that was a tip. So that is basically my hair experience. So like I said, I do have some breakage. I think that's normal when you bleach your hair. Like I said, I bleached it 3 times, but only 2 full bleachings. And I don't recommend using 40. Like I said, 20 and 30 worked for me. I only used the 30 for the first time. Like I said, it can be done. I would stretch it out over a period of time. I understand it's hard though when you're walking around with bright orange hair, but that's totally normal when you're bleaching your hair. You're not the only one. So don't give up, because you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But let me know how you like my hair. It's really blonde. I've had it like this a few times, but it's been a while. I don't know. So what do you guys think? Like I said, I might tone it again, but obviously I'm gonna wait a little while. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I hope you liked this video. I definitely hope that you pulled something from it if you're trying to color correct your hair at home. I tried not to make this too long. I hope it wasn't. I basically went over the easy steps of what I did in my experience. So let me know what you guys thought. And I will be coming out with a little bit more videos very soon. Like I said, the month of June has been very busy, and since I did my hair, now that my hair is done, I will be posting more videos. So stay tuned for that. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching.